Welcome to the News Hour. The devastating toll from Hurricane Helene keeps growing. Authorities say at least 120 people have died across 6 states, and officials fear that number could grow even larger. Many more people are still missing and unaccounted for.
In North Carolina, communities are in crisis, with many roads closed, slowing the delivery of food, water, and other desperately needed aid. And some places in Florida are now trying to recover from their third big hit in less than 2 years. Special correspondent Christopher Booker has our report.
For residents on Florida's Big Bend, it's been a year like no other. The small community of Keaton Beach took an almost direct hit from Hurricane Helene. It was the third hurricane since last summer to strike this stretch of the Gulf Coast. Where we're standing, all that's left is what?
Just the pylons on the house.
Just the pylons?
Yep, that's it.
Where is the rest of the house?
Over there in the canal, across the canal.
Shannon Millinor lost his entire home to the estimated 15 feet of storm surge. He was born and raised in this area and says many in this close-knit community are reeling.
They're just devastated. We pretty much know everybody down here, and this, everybody that lived here full time just thought that, they're going to come home and now they have nothing, just like we do. Everything closed and everything.
While people in Florida have started to clean up, the aftermath of Hurricane Helene continues to wreak havoc across almost the entire southeast. In western North Carolina, rescue teams are still searching for victims as floodwaters have submerged entire neighborhoods. The state's governor, Roy Cooper, called the disaster an unprecedented tragedy.
Today, we did an aerial overview to see the damage here in western North Carolina, and it is extensive and devastating. We know that it's going to require significant resources both in the short term and the long term.
Among those rescued over the weekend was nurse Janetta Barfield.
And even before the officer got to me, the water was all the way up to my chest inside my car.
Floodwaters and damaged roads left some of the hardest hit areas of North Carolina completely cut off. Many residents in the mountain city of Asheville remain without running water or cell service. But a lucky few have managed to find power.
We did not have cell service for the first 3 days here, but it's just coming back, and everybody's wanting to get their devices charged so we can let our family know that we're safe.
In Georgia, playground equipment sat partially underwater. In Atlanta, 11 inches of rain fell over 48 hours, the most the city has ever seen over 2 days. And in eastern Tennessee, a bridge collapsed into a river. In all, more than 1 million people across the southeast are without power. President Biden addressed the devastation today.
I'm here to tell every single survivor in these impacted areas that we will be there with you as long as it takes.
Helene roared ashore in the Big Bend last Thursday as a Category 4 hurricane, with winds of 140 miles per hour and record-breaking storm surge. This storm underlines a complicated mix of questions for the people who live here. First, should they rebuild? And if they do, what will that look like? And then, can they afford what were already the highest home insurance rates in the country? From 2017 to 2022, Florida homeowners saw a 45% increase in premiums, leaving many unable to afford insurance altogether. Cedar Key, a Big Bend island town of about 700 people, was also one of the hardest hit. Officials estimated a quarter of the homes were destroyed. Sue Colson is the mayor. She says the storm will fundamentally change the place she's called home for 30 years.
We have to learn we cannot fight nature, and we cannot build the Titanic that will never sink. That's insane, and we still think we can do it. We can do better at building. We can do better at the codes. But then maybe we need to rethink where we place things. Maybe we shouldn't build a food market at the bottom of the hill where it's always getting damaged.
Does a storm like this force the question as to whether a community like Cedar Key can continue in the era of these big storms?
No, that's so silly. That's a silly question. We have never not been inhabited. It's a prime place to live. It's a prime place to exist. The problem is we have to learn how to work with nature, not fight it, not think we can overbuild it.
About 40 miles up the coast in Steinhatchee, residents were salvaging what they could from Maddie's, the town's only grocery store. During past big storms, the water never even reached its door. But Helene's surge nearly touched the ceiling, ruining practically everything and blanketing the store with mud.
It's truly amazing how powerful water is.
Crystal Moraz is the store's manager. This is your third hurricane in 13 months.
Yeah, and I fear there's another one. I hope not. We can't take another one. This is the worst I've ever seen this place. And we've gotten beaten by hurricanes a lot. And I've never seen it like this. I mean, I've had friends who have completely lost their house.
While plenty of storms have hit the Big Bend throughout history, experts say the recent ones have been the most intense.
There is some element of just very, very bad luck in this part of the country. But on the other hand, I do think that there's a climate change fingerprint to this.
Ryan Truchelet, a meteorologist based in Tallahassee, says warmer and rising waters in the Gulf of Mexico, driven by climate change, are providing extra fuel for these storms.
I don't believe that we're going to be cooling off the sea surface temperatures anytime soon. So whenever the Big Bend faces hurricane risk in the future, I do think we've shifted the risk profile, towards a greater proportion of storms approaching being able to sustain major hurricane intensity.
Back in Keaton Beach, Shannon Millinor says, despite those risks, he and many of his neighbors plan on staying put.
It's our little paradise. It's where we live. We enjoy. We fish all the time. That's what we do. People's got their own stuff they do if they don't live on the coast, and we've got our stuff we do here. We'll rebuild and we'll continue on.
For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Christopher Booker in Florida's Big Bend.